Hi guys, so we're gonna start this out. Just a little bit about me. My name's Ethan Hammond. I'm a freshman at Michigan Technological University studying mechanical engineering, and I'm gonna be your CAD mentor. So a little bit about how this is gonna work because I'm in a kind of a unique situation here because I'm 7 hours away. I'm gonna make a series of videos teaching you how to use Autodesk Fusion 360. Um, Alongside the videos, I can also, if you guys have any questions, you can email me at any time. Um, but for the most part, it'll be videos because I feel that from a CAD standpoint, it's kind of up to you to just do it. And I'll be making some resources for you to learn how to use CAD, and that'll eventually be beneficial to your team. So, a little bit more about me. I participated in FTC Robotics 2011 through 2013 on Petoskey team 5411. Yeah, 5411. From there, I went to the high school team 3618, and I was there for 4 years. My senior year, I was captain of Petoskey Robotics, and in large, that's a big reason why I'm going into engineering. Um, I've mentored FTC before. I mentored the middle school teams for 2 years, also teaching CAD, except I was doing it in person, so it's a little bit different. But I'm thinking I can make this work, hopefully beneficially for everybody involved. So I guess the first sort of step here is knowing what CAD is. Some of you may know what CAD stands for, but some of you might not. So what CAD stands for is computer aided design, and it's an idea that software can help you design things that are really complicated by breaking them up into really small parts. So, an example, this is our FRC robot from 2013. Uh, Obviously, pretty complicated. There's a lot of stuff going on. And if you look down here, there's 400 parts in it. It's a lot of parts. What CAD software allows you to do is break up these assemblies. This is called an assembly to parts, which are single things. So, for example, this plate. This is a single part. It's got this sort of shape to it. It's pretty thin. It's about an eighth of an inch thick. It's got some holes in it. Really, it's pretty simple. But when you look at it in terms of the whole robot, it's just one component. So again, this is Autodesk Inventor. Autodesk Inventor is the CAD software that my school used and my team used. I've been using it for 7 years. Unfortunately, you guys apparently can't install software, so we won't be using this, but we'll be using another Autodesk software called Autodesk Fusion 360, which is browser based, meaning that you won't have to download the software to actually use it. It's kind of limited in what you can do, but I feel like from an introduction to CAD sort of standpoint, it's good enough. All you can do, however, is modeling. So you'll be making single parts that get progressively complex as we move on. So just I'm going to show some examples of what you can do in CAD once you're like really good at it. These are all things that I've made. You may recognize this. This is a computer graphics card. I modeled it down all the way to the circuit board. I've got a Stirling engine. Just some cool stuff. Get you guys interested. So why should teams use a CAD software? I kind of mentioned it, and that's because it allows to kind of visualize things before you actually make them, and that's really important because you need to know, how much of this type of metal do I need, how much of this material do I need, how many motors do I need, how's this thing going to move, like are these arms going to pivot correctly like they should. Just a lot of stuff goes into it, and it's not just used with robotics, it's used with engineering companies all over the place. Say, I'll go back to the engine. Say a company wants to produce these engines just as like desk toys, and they know that they need to make 500 of them. How do they know how much metal they're going to need? Well, you can sort of examine things and see, oh, I need blah 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 amount of metal. Also, like, hey, this engine actually works. Would you want to have to go through the process of building a whole engine just to realize that you messed up on one little number somewhere and all of a sudden it doesn't work? Probably not. CAD software is a way to prevent that. So I think you guys get the point. I'm going to move on to creating your Autodesk account, which is what you're going to use to log into Fusion 360. So you're going to open up Google Chrome, and you have to use Google Chrome. because Fusion 360 doesn't really like other browsers. And you're going to go to autodesk.com. That's AUTODESK.com. And you can see this is like the home page. It's not very useful really, other than the sign in. Sign in's on the top right where my mouse is. You're going to click sign in, and you're going to click A360. So it's going to take a second to load. And here's where, I'm already logged in. I'll go back. Here's where you're going to sign in. And if you don't have an account, you're going to do sign up right here. And you're going to use your school email. Make sure that you remember the password that you use for this, because you're going to be using it every time you use CAD. You're going to enter your email. It'll send you like a confirmation email. You just click through it, make your password, and then you'll get to this point. So you're here. Go ahead and sign in. I would recommend doing the keep me sign in thing so you don't have to enter your information every time. It'll bring you to this sort of home page. So you'll see there are some projects that I've kind of messed around with over here. There's like a feed over here that shows some things that Autodesk has made, and just something that I made when I was testing Fusion out in the create project button. So what you're going to do is, I already have an FTC project and I made it for you the first time I tried to make this video. But you're going to do create project, and you're going to call it FTC Robotics, just like I spelled it right here. Down here are project avatars. They're basically profile pictures. They're not really required for anything, so don't worry about that. But then you're going to click create project, and if you actually do it, it'll bring you to this page right here. So you'll probably see you haven't uploaded any data yet. Don't worry about that. You will not be uploading anything to this. You're just going to basically use new here. You don't need folders. Just do Fusion Design. So that opens up Fusion. That will be the subject of the next video, is sort of navigating in Fusion. You know, some basic what's this, what's that. So yeah, if anybody has any questions, I can put some contact information in the text at the bottom of this video. I'll be uploading these to YouTube, so it'll be in the description. Other than that, you know, feel free to email me if you have any questions. I'm sure you can maybe talk to some of the people on your team if there's anything just simple. And keep in mind that in these videos, you can go back at any time if you have any issues, like understanding anything. And that's why I'm doing videos instead of like presentations or something. So you can like follow through it and go back and also see what I'm doing, rather than just having to like read a list of instructions. So yeah, that's going to be the first video, guys. Thank you for watching and listening, and I'll see you soon.